everybody. I'm Frankie Valentine.
I'm Patrick Caleri.
I'm Sarah Billiot.
And this is The Workshop. Yay!
Woo!
All voices welcome.
The
I gotta
full and complete package.
Yeah. I'm trying to make that our tagline. All voices welcome. And I just never mentioned it until episode 21. This is in fact episode 21. Our podcast can now drink.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Officially.
Well, we all drank this week, so
We did. Life been lifing, man.
it has been.
Thought
Yeah.
2026 was going to slow down, but you know what? I'll be in the trenches soon, so I'll send you guys letters. And that'll be my submission, weekly submission. Promise me you'll read it, because I'll have no way of checking up.
This week on the workshop, Patrick sent us from Greenland a very weird postcard that says, "Please help."
It's just coordinate.
My dearest podcast.
That's the thing. It'd be such a romantic take on it, and then after like 2 letters, I'd be like, "What do people write home about? Like, it's just cold." I don't know, man.
Like, hey guys, it's me, your boy.
It's the Dear John letters from this generation are going to be so weird.
Mhm.
Hey yo, dog, I missed the fuck out of you.
I miss your vibes, you know?
Yeah.
I miss your vibes.
These people be cray. Do kids still say cray? I don't know. I ask my students.
They
Guys,
do still say IDK, which makes me happy.
yes. Sometimes they write that on state exams, and I have to explain why they IDK. Because IDK why they don't decay.
I definitely decayed them. They K it.
I gave them my Kalage, but they didn't. They didn't L. So-
Now,
I'm switching to the cheese. Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for your listening pleasure, I now have a large cheese, and I can squeeze it. And I don't know if that makes a noise. I don't hear anything, but it should sound great over. There we go. It's got a weird. It's got food in a pocket inside cheese, so that's interesting. Okay.
Very valuable business model.
Right? If the food box pops open, it's fine. It's still in the cheese.
Does anyone primarily make like these kind of fidget toys, or are they all like byproduct kind of waste material? Because I can't imagine anyone sets up a facility just to make like a squishy.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're really popular. So
That's true.
Okay.
Fidget toys have gotten a lot more popular.
I feel like in the beginning, it was like, oops, this is squishy and weird. No one's going to want this. And then one idiot was like, we should give this to children. And then everyone was like, they'll use anything. And then now we have to say, all right, give me the switchblade fidget spinner. You can't have that at school. Okay, here you go. Have a squishy square. So,
Honestly, yeah. I'm trying to think about all the toys that we had at school that would probably not be allowed. Do you guys remember Beyblades? Like,
yes.
no.
it was like, Sarah, it was a type of like almost like a circular disc, and it had like kind of sharp spokes on the edge of it, and so you had a ripcord that you would just attach to it, kind of give it like a circular motion, and so it would just spin like a top. And then you would have an arena where you'd have multiple of them like fighting each other, and it was so cool.
It was like
That
dog
sounds
fighting,
dangerous.
but Michael.
Exactly, yeah.
My son would love it.
And the arena was that flimsy plastic that's usually around a Barbie in a box.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely waste product plastic. Like, it was the thinnest kind of 1 millimeter thick.
There's a section of the landfill that's just the Beyblade arena area. Like, it's designated.
Listen, I hope the landfill workers just like have Beyblade tournaments there.
Going on
I'm
break,
surprised
boss.
I never heard of that. I'm sure if I saw them, I would know what they are.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's one of those like it's half of the. I don't remember the names of half of the as seen on TV stuff that was out there when we were kids, but if I saw a picture of it, I'd recognize.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the skippers things? Like you put the circle on one leg and then it would spin around you and you had to
Yes.
skip over it?
Yes, yeah.
I was a fancy kid. Mine had a counter on it, but I was also a fat kid, so it never went over 5.
It never broke. That's funny. I
It
remember
is somewhere in mint fucking condition right now.
probably worth some money at this
Probably
point.
sell that, yeah.
Not a scratch.
I remember we never got them ourselves, but moon shoes. Those always looked really fun.
Yeah. My cousin had those, but he wouldn't let me use them because he was afraid I'd flatten them out. I mean, I was a fat kid, guys. I hit 300 pounds at 12 and just fucking stayed there. In my defense, though, I can still wear the same earrings I wore in high school, but I am now allergic to that metal, so I don't.
So you can't, but
You can't.
But if I should so choose to have an allergic reaction, I have that
Then you
option. Yeah.
people with
Same
peanut
way.
allergies be like.
I was going to say, in the same way that someone allergic to peanuts could eat peanuts if they wanted to die.
There's some lactose intolerant guy getting ready to just rock the fuck out of his duvet with a full ass glass of vitamin D milk, going, "You bunch of pansies."
I feel like that is something that happens with lactose intolerant people more than other food allergies. I feel like a lot of lactose intolerant people just say, you know what, screw it, it's worth it to me.
Yeah, I'll drink the tit juice of another species and half die. It's fine. And everyone else is all like, "Please no, we're begging you." Which brings me back to cheese. No.
Full circle.
Oh, nothing like the wheel of cheese rolls on, guys.
The wheel of cheese.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's supposed to snow here Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
Is
yeah?
it?
Yes.
Is it actually, though? Because I feel like it changes. In
it's
South
supposed
Carolina,
to
it's
start.
supposed to snow, and I'm pissed because it snowed here in January, and we moved here in March, and it's going to start fucking snowing in January in South Carolina. Excuse me?
Apparently, according to my friends on Discord, this is the first of 3 major predictions from the Farmer's Almanac. There's 2 large and 1 small, and this weekend is the small. And it is
Okay.
supposed to start snowing late Saturday night, and it's not supposed to stop until late Sunday night.
I did see that in South Carolina, yeah, Sunday is supposed to be the day that we're supposed to get flurries, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah. And then the other 2 events are supposed to happen early February mid-February and late February.
It's going to
So I
ruin
may
Mardi
not be
Gras.
going. Oh, I ain't going nowhere for Mardi Gras. I never do. There's always some idiot following the parade. If you want the parade to go faster, you have to go the opposite direction. Don't follow it. That's a pause. You are just going to be at the same float for hours.
Yeah.
You look like an idiot.
I can't remember where we were. Kaylin and I were driving down from Indiana back home after visiting her grandparents, and there was some city that their team had won a football game recently, and so they were doing a parade, which we didn't know about until we got to the city. We hit it just as they started closing roads down for the parade, and it felt like a really tense escape from the city moment because you'd turn down a street and you'd see them starting to close it off. You're like, no, get around.
We said we want to go home. We don't even like football.
We just knew if we got stuck behind the parade, we just never get out. So we're like, all right, we can do it. We can make it.
I've been to a few. I've accidentally been to a few parades in my life. You're hopping along, and then you get to the end of the street, and the FYPD barricade. I'm like, but why?
And how long is this supposed to take?
I don't know what's worse, watching the parades or being in them. Because I wasn't banned.
At least if you're in them, you had a. at least if you're in them, though, you have a reason to be there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but like if you're not in them, you can drink daiquiris.
hey, if you're in them, you can also drink daiquiris. You just have to be subtle.
What's that girl doing with her flute? Mind your business.
She's not marching in time at all.
She's a baritone player draped across 3 clarinets. Like, hurry up, guys! We had a guy that was so skinny, he was a tuba player, and they put the walking tuba on him for the first time, and he just went, yeah, face down on the carpet. Like, thank God the room was carpeted. He could have lost a tooth.
Oh my god.
Thank God we didn't
Yeah.
try this in the parking lot for the first time.
Yeah. And he's curb stomped himself. All right, get him up, guys.
Well, so we all drank this week.
We did.
Yeah.
Got drunk.
Absolutely nobody wrote a damn thing. I wrote part of a novel, but it's not on par, so you should never read it until I'm
What,
We'll do it next week, I guess.
We'll finish it. We'll have a special 3-hour edition where we'll record the audiobook. Patrick can read the Ricky chapters. You can read the what you call it chapters, the Celeste chapters, and I'll be the narrator.
There you go.
So what? How long have you been working on this one?
I have 7 chapters in one sitting. So I started.
Ow!
I started Thursday because the kids were testing. You know, you write a paragraph, make the round in the room. Write a paragraph, make the round in the room. So, like, I had nothing to do. My job was over. All I had to do was make sure they didn't cheat, which some of them did, but they were really good about it because I can't catch them. So,
I know some of you did.
yeah. But, I mean, there's really no point in cheating anymore because what we do, we read the story as a class. We annotate together so everyone has the same annotations. We answer all the questions, and the test comes from the company who makes the textbook. And then it's an open book test. They can use all of their notes, the textbook, the text itself. Back in my day, I just had to memorize why Romeo and Juliet were in deep crap. Like, now the book is open with footnotes. Like,
now you get to use No Fear Shakespeare when you do the test.
Right. We literally, there's a website called myshakespeare.com, and it has it has like 6 different Shakespeare plays that usually get taught in high school. And you can click on a section, it'll read it to you. Different actors read every character. You can hit a special button and it does a section in modern English. And then half the time there are little videos. Some of them are monologues, some of them are scenes. Like, they did an interview, a mock interview with the nurse and Juliet after the scene where the nurse comes to tell her that Tybalt's dead. Like,
I wish we had that when we were in school. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we probably all did fine in English, but like, just to be able.
This group specifically, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I struggled so much with like learning Shakespeare. I definitely use SparkNotes very heavily to get me through it. If I just had someone to read it to me and explain it to me, I'd probably have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The only reason I enjoy Shakespeare as much as I do is specifically because I went back to it as an adult. Because I had the same reaction. Like, I took Shakespeare courses, I knew his work. You know, I'm not a big poetry person, so I'm never gonna like Shakespeare for his poetry. But it was like as a 23 or 24 or 25-year-old that I finally was like, you know what, I want to read the histories first, you know, his historical plays, and then I want to read everything else. And yeah, it was because I forced myself to do the work and read the context and stuff like that I started to really appreciate, just the sheer number of tropes that come from Shakespeare is so impressive. Like the number of plot points in sitcoms and everything that you're like, what was the first instance? Oh, it was actually a Shakespeare play. And I think it's a huge difference too in A Dream of Mine is to go see like a fully funded reproduction of a Shakespeare play on stage, because that's another thing. Like you get a lot more emotion, a lot more investment if you see it performed on stage, I think.
Well, that's the issue with teaching it as literature. It was never meant to be read. It was meant to be seen.
Yeah.
And so my kids, I wanted to show them a film first so they could watch the whole thing and know, oh, this is that part where that guy did the thing and blah blah blah. But they're like, no, they have to read it first. You have to make them read it first. I'm like, but that's wrong. Shakespeare wasn't sitting there thinking, oh, I have to, make the door blue to show everybody that this character is melancholy. No. He was like, I gotta get this written so I can get fucking paid
Yeah. Yeah,
because I
it's like
got bills.
Yep.
yeah, it's the equivalent of reading the Hamilton script. Like
Yeah.
reading it will do nothing.
Yeah.
You have to watch it. Like I don't know.
And all of the language, like
Yeah.
I struggle to get these kids to help these kids understand what a modern author is saying.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, now teach them Elizabethan English. I'm like, I don't fucking know Elizabethan English. Thank you very much.
My only advice to teachers is useless because it's like, well, make sure they're just in Catholic school since they're kids, or they go to Catholic mass. Because then if they read that Bible, they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm sort of familiar with these terms.
Right,
Like
right.
literally the only reason I sometimes can make my way through Shakespeare. But you're right. I mean,
Although dumb, that's all I know.
it's so archaic even now that it's
Mm,
yeah, it's very hard to understand what's going on without a kind of guide or an aid.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not the kid's fault,
Oh
like 2020 fucked over a lot of people. Everybody
no.
just went home in March and it left a gap in education about a mile wide. Okay, and these kids are still waiting on the other shoe to drop for us to just go home again. And everybody get magically promoted to the next grade because there's no more school right now. You
Yeah.
know? And I
Yeah.
hate to break it to them, but it's been 6 years now.
Ah, that's wild.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll
The
happen
motherfuckers
again,
out of
but not whenever
shoes.
you're in high
Yeah.
school. Hopefully.
My grandkids may see another pandemic, but I won't.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, I wouldn't mind staying home for a little while.
oh yeah. I miss the fuck out of for every time a son of a bitch sneezing, snotting, come up behind me at Walmart, pressed against me trying to get to the self checkout. I miss social distancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about that real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was the ones with the mask under their mouth, like on their chin. It's like, bruh, it's not your freaking double chin that's gonna get COVID. It's you. You're going to die.
Right.
God,
God.
I do.
Well,
I miss the fuck out of it though.
I think we were planning to talk about plot holes today.
Mm.
Plot holes, plot
Mm.
repairs, when you just decide burn it all down, which is what I usually do. Um,
Mm.
There's two official ways to fix a plot hole, and there's one, give up, or two, do what J.K. Rowling did for the fourth Harry Potter book and just double it in size. She legit was almost done writing it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this thing," and then doubled the size of the book.
I did not know that part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, granted, I enjoyed it. It is my favorite one, but still, like,
A little bit
cool off,
ridiculous.
lady. Yeah,
See,
cool down, lady. I don't need the arrow points that bad.
or you could do the Emperor's New Groove method and acknowledge the plot hole and then say, oh well. Which is
Just
honestly
get
my
a
favorite
llama.
choice of all time.
All you have to do with every purchase of this book, you get a llama who's going to look at you and go, "Don't worry about that." And then you move on.
Honestly, that would make my life so much easier. Just put
That's
a llama on the page and move on.
That's why I wrote my main character as a fourth wall breaking person, is because I can't write a story without plot holes. So
Like, you see this part? Don't worry about this part. Move on with your life. It's just for fun.
ChatGPT
Yeah.
didn't warn me about that part. I don't know what
Right.
to tell you.
ChatGPT is a plot hole, okay?
Well,
Yeah.
I think the biggest for me, the best way to insulate yourself against major plot holes is beta readers as you're going along. You know,
Mm,
it's invaluable to have somebody, and it's hard sometimes to find it at the time that you're writing, but it is invaluable to have someone read as you go, because then if you do reach a plot hole that you have not taken into account, maybe you'd catch it on later rewrites. That's fine. But it'd be very, very convenient if you caught it then, as opposed to, when you've written 5,000 other words. I think that's where a beta reader definitely helps, because they can kind of point out in the moment, hey, it doesn't
mhm.
even necessarily have to be a completely fix this, but you might need to take into account, XYZ if you're going to go this route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then having that second set of eyes is just, they'll catch things that you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of use my husband as a beta reader. He's probably not the best beta reader, but I appreciate
Victor, we appreciate you.
um
Yeah. Thank you for watching the baby.
I think he's giving him a bath right now. Thank God.
All right.
Um but yeah, like I use him kind of as a beta reader cuz he'll go through it, or I'll read it out loud to him cuz I feel like I can catch a lot of things whenever I'm reading it out loud as well.
Mhm.
And the story that I'm working on right now, um a couple, or I think it might have been last week's prompt, I kind of used it to fix one of the plot holes in the story. But the main thing about this character is that like he's so proud of his work and he's so proud of what he's done to build up the business that he works for. But in the story, like that wasn't clear at all. Like it I was just kind of like dancing around this concept. So I read it to Victor and he's just like, "Okay, why does he care so much? Like what's his problem?" And I'm like, "What do you mean what's his problem? Like he loves working for this company. He's put his heart and soul in this company." And Victor says, "Oh, I wouldn't know that.
I'll take your
It's
word
not
for
in
it.
the story."
Typical man.
Didn't
My
read between the lines.
Yeah.
So I like had to start from the very beginning, and there were so many plot holes and I was so frustrated because I basically had to rewrite like huge scenes in the story to get to where I needed to go. But I mean, I did write a whole bunch more, so I guess that's good.
And the good thing about going back to is that you at least have the superstructure already there. You don't have to completely make it up on the fly. You know what happens later in the story. You know what happens in the beginning. You can tailor things in a way that makes it, to me, it's easier to edit, far easier to edit than it is to generate something completely new, because I have
Mhm.
the framework. I know what my voice has been. And sometimes it's fun too, because you've definitely changed as you've written the piece. And
Yeah.
so it's like,
And so
oh,
have the characters.
exactly. And so you might even go back and be like, there, that to me is my biggest area of plot hole, is characterization. And maybe it's not fair to call it a plot hole necessarily, but there will be times when I finish a story, go back, read an earlier scene, and think, why the hell is this character acting like this? They should not. There's no way they would say these words.
Yeah.
Crap! Now I got to change that.
Yeah. I find that having different leveled beta readers is also helpful, cuz like I have my academic readers who are like you guys who I know from college and stuff like that. And then I have family members who just love to read. They don't particularly write themselves. Like I got a cousin who's in IT. She loves to read. I'll send her something, she'll devour it and be like, "That was great. Why this? Why that?" And like it gives you a lot of different perspectives
Mhm.
on the same piece. Like someone who's not up to speed on like writing things and like excuse me technical terms and stuff like that, they'll be like, something's wrong and I don't know what. And having that academic reader come in and look and say, I know what's wrong. And like, and you
Yeah.
have people saying something doesn't make sense, and it's easier to accept because if it's just one person, like, okay, why is this like this? I don't understand this. You're like, you're a fucking hater. I just wrote the next great American novel and you don't get it? But when two people are like one person tells you you're an asshole, they're an asshole. Two people tells you you're an asshole, they're assholes. Three people tell you you're an asshole, you're an asshole. That's what my stepdad used to say. After a while, you gotta kind of think, maybe I'm an asshole. Like, maybe there's a plot hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your
One
point.
thing that I have started doing whenever I'm fixing these plot holes is I used to just delete it all because I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going back to it. I'm just gonna rewrite it, fix the plot hole. But then I would complain to Victor and be like, "Ugh, I really liked the wording that I did there." So I've been taking the sections that have clear plot holes and putting them in a separate document,
Mm,
and then I'm like copying and pasting like what I really liked from it and then highlighting like this is a plot hole, let's fix it. And then in the main document I'm like, adding to it, removing. So that's been helping a lot. But I think also my my way of like when I get a writer's block, I just move on and I say, oh, I'll come back and fix it. Well, I forget to go back and fix it. And I think that's the problem.
and you're like, oh, I know there's a plot hole around here somewhere, but what was
I
it?
don't remember where it was.
I know it's around this page range.
Why did I not start a new chapter?
I think though your method of having the multiple documents is a really good one because sometimes you don't know how you're going to change it or how you're going to fix it, so you got to experiment. It helps when you're fixing plot holes and just editing. You know, when you're doing a final draft edit, when you have to cut
Mhm.
some things out for the sake of streamlining, whatnot. I did that a lot when I wrote my longest piece because it was 120,000 words. I had to cut some out, but I'd get to a section and I'd be like, I don't want to lose this forever because I like how I worded something in it. And then I kept struggling with it, and then I realized, oh, I'll just cut it and I'll just paste it into a separate
Right.
document. And
I
that's
use
great.
it somewhere else.
And so yeah, you're not losing it. You're retaining it. You might even want to slot it back in at a later point when you think it works. But yeah, I think that's a really good philosophy because it helps you keep a running tally of where you've taken things, where you need to add them back. And then it might work later on, might work at a later installment.
Yeah.
I've actually like had pieces where I needed to rearrange some things and I didn't know what to do. So I actually printed them out, cut out the paragraphs, and physically put them in the order I needed them.
Yeah.
Like I know it seems extra, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
sometimes
Your
you need
brain
that
sometimes
physical
is
touch.
yeah, your brain is wired sometimes to need that. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
use a Kindle. I should, but I just need the. I get it very much. So I print out documents that I need to edit very thoroughly because I do not
Yeah.
trust just looking at the screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
uh,
Gotta gotta get your hands dirty sometimes. Gotta smell
Mhm.
the ink from the printer.
And
Nice.
it's interesting how much just changing up paragraphs, the order of paragraphs, can have an impact on the flow of not just your chapter, your whole entire narrative, but
Yeah.
usually it has the impact in the scene itself. It can
Right.
add tension, it can take away, and very often you don't need to edit them too much to be able to slot them in. If you've written the scene properly, you can have a little bit of wiggle room with the orientation of the events.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I feel like if you write a scene that's like too perfect, then it's robotic. And then you're
Mhm.
reading it, or someone else is reading it, and they're noticing that something's off, but it's like, what is the problem? And I feel like a lot of the times, at least for me, it's because everything is flowing too well.
Mhm.
And if I just, move up some of the actions or I move a paragraph from the bottom to the top, it just kind of like throws a wrench in things and makes it a little bit more real versus like picture perfect.
Yeah, it's not events don't happen in day to day life as a continuum. You get distracted. In the middle of a conversation, I noticed something, and that's how it's kind of written in well-developed stories. Instead of I'm going to finish the entirety of the conversation, then I'm going to
Then notice
describe
something.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you've got a very good point there. I struggle sometimes with knowing where to leave off, where to add a little bit of an aside, but that's what later edits are really useful for as well.
Mhm.
I think too, and I'm guilty of this in some of my pieces that I've done. The thing to look out for is the more your story hinges on a twist, the more likely you might have a glaring plot hole that you haven't taken into account, or the more seriously you need to take that threat. Because if the twist is the selling point, if something earlier unravels it completely, you've lost your entire story. I mean, and that's a terrible
Yeah.
feeling.
Or
I
like
read a
just
book.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Huh?
I read a book recently. I forgot the name of it, but the whole premise was that this man met this girl at some auction. They get together, they fall in love, la di da. And then at the very end of the book, we learn that not only has his wife died, that's fine, but the girl that he's with, he knew her because he knew that she killed his wife the whole time. The whole time. And not only was that like a major plot hole, I was like, no one even mentioned this. It wasn't even in the passing. Like, what the fuck? But not only was that a major plot hole, but the girl, the main character, was like this psychologist, and never once did she mention like she had nightmares from killing someone, or she chased a woman down and drowned her. Like, it was never mentioned
Think that would come
until
up.
it was, and I was like, what did I blank out? I was so irritated because it was such a blatant plot hole that anyone could catch. Like, why wouldn't you catch this before you publish the fucking book? What?
Or I don't know, maybe make it a better plot twist. Like,
Well, yeah, that's it's like I think there's also something. This is slightly different than a plot hole necessarily, but there is nothing more frustrating than a murder mystery novel in which you could not have figured out the who done it
yeah,
by yourself. When, like you said, it's just like a random. There's a difference between an
Who
unreliable
knew there was
narrator
a
and
murder?
withholding information that is key to understanding what's going on.
Right.
if
It's
he
like, I
knew,
didn't know this was
if
a mystery.
like if he knew the whole time, then the audience probably should have been privy on that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like it was just
Or
in her point of view. It was like altering points of view. So it was in his point of view sometimes. Like, something could have come out, but instead it was just
was it first person?
yes.
Then it should have come out a long time ago that he knew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it should have come
exactly.
out
Yeah,
at the very beginning.
that's the
And
thing.
and it also should have only been from one person's point of view if it was that big of a twist. Should have
Yeah.
only been from
Exactly.
her. Like you
It
either
should have
should have
only been from
known
her
she
or
did
only
it,
from him.
right. You either supposed to know he knows she did it or know she did it and not know that he knows.
Yep.
Yes.
That's an
Yeah.
example, perfect example of too many ingredients for the author's skill level. It can be done. It can always be done. If you have an author of sufficient skill in plotting and they have experience, pretty much any plot is doable. You know, that's the reason that we keep coming up with new types of stories. It's fun. But I think that when you're especially a novice or someone that doesn't have a ton of experience juggling plot elements, it is a lot more likely that you're just not going to realize something and your readers are going to be like,
Yeah.
wait, hang on a minute. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Also, a really fun thing that could have been done with that, if you have to write out both sides, write two books. Her point of view, his point of view.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody that there are two different points of views.
Yeah. Someone's just
Release
gonna
them
pick up the
all under
book.
the same title.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then
that'd be fun.
watches the fur flies when people are like, no, she's the murderer. Like, yeah, but he's talking about it. Like, Why would he be talking about it? Like watching them go back and forth would just be
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? That doesn't even happen. Yeah, it does.
I've always wanted to kind of publish a story, a series of stories contemporaneously where it's like the first is a certain series of protagonists, yada yada. The second book is in the future, it has an antagonist, and the whole point is as the books alternate, you realize the antagonist of the second series is the protagonist from the first. You're
Mhm.
just realizing like, oh, this is what drove them into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but again, that multiple point of views and stuff. That's you've got to be smart with that, and
Yeah.
like in the situation you're describing, it just doesn't work. You
Yeah,
need to.
it came out of left.
Hmm.
I literally came home that day and I was like, "Listen, I gotta tell you about this stupid fucking book."
The whole point of the whodunit genre and the fun about those books is the fact that as a reader, you look back and think, I could have pieced this together.
Yeah.
When it comes, it is the most frustrating thing in the world when it's just like I didn't have the information
I didn't
necessary
even know there
to.
was a mystery to like figure out.
Like maybe it's the way the author's way of asking, "Hey, can you help me fix this book?" Sarah, you have
Yeah.
a ghost. They're trying to open the door.
A ghost named Liam.
Oh, I was having the best nap before we started. I was in the living room and my big brown dog was on the sofa with me. And it was time for me to get up, come in here, set up everything. And I don't know why, but I took the lap desk I was using and I set it on top of Chewy, which freaked him out in his sleep. And the boy started to climb me like a mountain. And I'm sitting there and there's this 80-pound brown lab just sitting on me shaking. I'm like, get up! My mom had to come rescue me. She's like, get down, stupid. Meanwhile, the other dogs are just looking at him like, what the fuck just happened? I've
Be cool.
always,
Be cool.
I do like the idea though of the protagonist becoming the antagonist in a later book. That like you could play on the title could be a play on the phrase either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But
Yep.
you gotta fix it, reword it so people don't realize, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well,
Who
exactly.
are you?
That would be the complicated part. Would be the you wouldn't really want by the second book. You wouldn't want everybody to make the connection that like it wouldn't be a definite thing. That's the gradual
Yeah.
corruption would be the whole point of seeing like maybe by the end of the second sequence you're like wait a minute okay I sort of
Yeah.
see where this is going.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like my favorite, it's like a little diamond in the rough whenever I find them, but whenever I go through Audible, I don't know, once or twice a month to get like free books.
Mhm.
And whenever I start listening to a book that I recognize the characters and I'm like, "Wait, I read a book like a month ago with these characters. What the hell's happening to them now?" It's my favorite thing,
Yep.
especially if I enjoyed the previous book.
Yep. Yeah, there's something to be
I
said about those kind of anthology adventure kind of stories where not even adventure, but episodic, for lack of a better word, slice of life where it's like, I know these
Yeah.
characters, I'm familiar with them, and it's nice to just have another adventure or another story with them involved.
Yes.
Yeah. I like to go on Audible and get like the entire series for like a credit. I have one
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a witches set that's like 10 books long, a werewolf set that's 10 books long, and they've all been put on my 2026 reading list because I'm tired of having them in there and not fucking reading them. So,
To me, the more interesting experiences with Audible have been. I mean, I do a lot of history and a lot of lecture series, but I do, some fiction, and a lot of it's like when I discover a book series that I'm like, I read this. I know I did. Like, but when I was like between 10 and 15, where I'm just like, it sounds vaguely familiar, and I know that I know it, but I could not tell you when or why I read it.
this can't be the same brain I was devouring Harry Potter and Hunger
There's
Games
no
or
way.
Twilight with.
No.
No. There's something chemically fucked up here. Cuz like I've been reading the same novel since the summer. And I
Man.
mean, I've had days where I'm just there, just existing for no reason. And I could be reading this book. I could finish it in a day if I tried. I'm halfway through it. And it's a good book. But I am my own plot hole.
It's
But
just
there's
exhausting though, because whenever people were devouring Harry Potter, it like we didn't have all this shit to do. Like we
yeah.
didn't have all
Right.
these bills, we didn't have full-time jobs, we didn't have
Yeah.
depression. Like
Well, hey, I had depression, but it was a different it was a different
it was a
flavor.
different kind of depression.
Yeah, exactly. It was the kind of depression that was helped by reading.
Right.
Why did you get depression? Oh, I got it for my birthday. I turned 30 and found out I was old. My
Well,
knees went out, and so did my
there's
happiness.
So did
there's
my
definitely something to
serotonin.
be said about I think reading endurance is something that people need to continuously work on. My reading endurance is crap right now, and um, I mean there are multiple reasons for that. The world we live in is just geared towards bite-sized content, um, but I think there's also something to be said that for people that have read as much as we have up until this point in our lives, it is going to take something not necessarily just novel for its own sake, but something unique about a story to draw us in. Because we have read, and sometimes it is okay to just go back and read a comfort. You know, I've read this a million times, but I've read 100,000 Boy on the Farm stories. I've read all that. And so just because your book does feature the adventure boy on the farm, you know, that's not a guarantee anymore to get me interested. In fact, I might be less inclined because I'm like, okay, you're not going to do anything different. I know this story.
Yeah.
And it's as weird as it
Especially
is with how many stories there are, it's still hard to find something original.
yeah, and especially like I know there's not that many like types of stories that you can write. Or I guess it would be considered tropes. Like what are there? 7 different.
I think that's the saying. It's
Yeah.
like there's different
Yeah.
types of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously there's thousands of different ways you can interpret it. But I feel like you can have one trope with 10 different interpretations, but if the writing also sucks, then even if it's the most amazing story, if the writing is bad, I can't. Like even with audiobooks, it's so hard to get through an audiobook because I can just tell how bad the writing is.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes it's not even the writing; it's the person reading. Like,
yeah, that too.
That's the other thing. That's the other danger with audiobooks.
like
Yes.
the Mortal Instruments. They made the movie, and it has like the guy who plays Vecna, Robert Sheehan, the other girl. What was her name? She's in something really big. Oh, she plays Emily in Paris. She's in it,
Is
and
she the
like,
titular Emily?
yes, she is. And like the movie was good, and I wanted to read the book, so I downloaded the audiobook. And the person who reads the book is Mae Whitmore. I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show Parenthood or um
Yeah, my wife saw that.
yeah, or if you watched Grey's Anatomy, she was the girl that was bent all the way over and then like removed half her spine so she could stand up again.
God.
Okay.
Okay.
Derek did it, so it worked out. Magic finger.
You know, it was magic.
Yeah. But like she reads it and she's not reading it in her regular voice. She's putting on this like high pitched voice to be from Clary's point of view. And
Ugh,
she's like, and then when Jace grabbed me by the neck, and
can't.
I'm like, fuck.
Can't.
Like I know they got a speed up button. Do they have a change octave button? Like,
Right.
Just change
I
frequency.
can't do a yeah. I can't do it.
like if Terry Crews would read it, I'd probably listen to it. Like I could listen to Terry talk all damn day. Like
Mm-mm.
even if he's in there going, and then Jace put me on his motorcycle.
Oh, Sarah, your point too about just the writing quality and how it's so hard to ignore. To me, I think that's and I say this with a grain of salt because there are still, there are still YA stories that I think are well written or stuff like that. But I think that is the big reason that so many people get driven out of YA into different spheres. It's because at a certain point, writing quality doesn't really improve in YA books. It's because they're geared towards a certain reading level, and that's fine. Some of the most unique and interesting plots that I've ever read were YA stories. It's just such a shame when the writing quality doesn't always line up with the plot quality.
Yeah. Yeah. Or whenever getting back to plot holes, like whenever there's the writing quality or the author isn't skilled enough to fix certain plot holes. Like you can just tell, like from the beginning, there's going to be a plot hole in this, and the author's not going to be able to fix it.
Or that
With
sinking
some
feeling,
books.
when you recognize that there's something that needs to be addressed, but there's 20 pages left, and you're like, this isn't gonna happen, is it?
Yeah.
But does the bunny live? Peter Rabbit, yes, he lives. Calm
Yeah.
down.
Or it's
I,
like
I
it
put in
takes.
the.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I put it in the Discord. The picture of Mae Whitman. It's not Whitmore. It's Whitman.
Oh,
So
May
just
Whitman.
so you
Okay,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think she
Jeez,
did.
why?
I think she voiced Katara in Avatar.
She's cute.
Does Katara also sound like she's inhaled an entire canister of helium?
No, she's not too bad. Katara has her moments.
Ah,
She does a lot of preachy speeches about hope, but it's okay because they make
right.
fun of it in like the second to last episode of the series, which is fantastic. uh,
I'm sorry, Sarah. I cut you off.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Rewind.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember. I remember.
No.
I sang like when you're starting a book, and to Patrick's point, there's 20 pages left, and it's not, whatever the problem is, it's not going to be addressed in the next 20 pages. Then you see that there's like 6 other books in the series. It's like, is it even worth getting through this awful writing to figure out what the problem was?
I
Figure
will.
out how they're going to fix it.
I will give authors with long series this over time they do get better. Some of them.
They do.
Like
Yeah.
they learn from their mistakes. And if you can stick with them through that shitty first copy, by book 3 you're like, wow, I might enjoy this one day.
There is
One day.
If you hit like book 9 though and you're still going, the fuck am I listening to? Hang it up. You don't have to listen to book 12 through 14. It's fine. We forgive you.
there is one series, and so the downside though is sometimes it doesn't get better. So there was
Yeah, you just don't
one
know.
series that I was so disappointed in because it looked really interesting, and it's called like A Darker Shade of Magic, and it's supposed to be, the concept is like there are different dimensional versions of London. There's like a red London, a gray London, yada yada yada. Really cool concept, really cool, interesting, plot points. Unfortunately, it's a deuteragonist kind of role, and the female protagonist, she was literally just perfect at everything from the get go, in such a way that there were no stakes at all. But every single book ended in such a way that I thought, oh, okay, now they're really going to ramp it up in the next one. And so I kept reading. And every time I was disappointed because I was just like, oh, okay, no, they didn't actually do what I was hoping they would do. And they got me for 3 damn books.
Man.
Poor Patrick over there like Roxy Hart, maybe this time.
But it was almost impressive because I was totally checked out until the last 10 pages of every story, and then I'm somehow in again.
Man.
Let it be known here, though, bad writing is not a style.
Wait, what's not?
That's my voice. Well, your voice is high pitched and grainy, and it sounds like you gargle gravel. So
also, I don't know if y'all are on Book Talk, but like a lot of the times I'll go on TikTok to search like just like interesting books to read because I'm running out of freaking ideas. And there's not a lot of good free shit on Audible, at least in my opinion.
I mean, you get what you pay for, honey. at least spend a credit.
I know. I get 2 credits a month, and I try to save them.
How
Fair.
much
Yeah,
do you pay? How much do you pay for 2 credits?
I think it's like 15, right?
I think I think it went up. It's 16.99, I think, for
For
I think
two
I
two
get
credits.
credits?
one credit.
For two
Let me
credits?
see. Let me see.
I only get 1 credit.
How much do you pay?
16?
Oh, that's more than that then.
How's
Let me see.
Do they
that
ever
fun?
do they ever take your like titles away at the end of the year? Because I've had that happen before where I pay a credit and then it's like I go back a year later and it's relocked. And I'm like, I have plenty of credits saved, but I don't know. Maybe I need to talk
Mm,
to Audible
I
about
do
that.
think they expire, yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
not at the end of the year. I think it's like a certain amount of months.
That would make sense.
really?
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
have one. I only have one that's locked, and I think it's because I rented it. It was a textbook.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
it still shows up in my library, but it has a lock on it.
Yeah.
Which, if
Mm,
I'm spending $16 on a fucking book, I don't think they should be allowed to take it the fuck back. Do you?
At this point, I just need to start like having a tape recorder whenever I'm playing my Audible next to
Yeah,
it. You can always retain
yeah.
it.
Like I can understand. I can understand the free ones going under lock. But like, okay, well, it's not free anymore. The author actually wants to, pay a bill or two. That I understand. But like, if I'm
It's
spending my hard earned money,
it's the problem with any subscription based service. I mean, that's why I as much as I hate it, I do need to get back into physical media collection because I don't trust streaming services to be around forever. And even when they're not, I don't. If you take it off, I don't want to not have access to a piece of media that I enjoy. So
right? Like
I can't
I
figure out how much I pay.
this this weekend, I got my mom to watch the first Friday movie, and I was
okay,
like, "Did you like it?" And she goes, "Yeah, it was really funny. It was really good." I was like, "You want to watch the second one?" She goes, "There's a second one." I was like, "There's three." So we started watching the second one, but it was like midnight, and we both fell asleep. So every once in a while, she's like, "We got to find out what happened to Craig," and we finally sat down to watch and find out what the hell happened to Craig. And they took it off the streaming service.
yep.
We went to the Dollar General, and they had all three. Oh, there's a kitten in there. Hi, kitten. We scared the crap out of me. We went to the we went to the Dollar General, and they had all three movies in a box set for $5. Like, now we'll always know what the hell happened to Craig.
Yep. Well, see, what confuses me is when it's like a streaming service and the show was a streaming service original. And like there was one that I looked back on, I hadn't watched it in a while. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch season one. Nope, season one's off. Season two is still available until like February something. But I'm sitting here thinking, where's it going to go? Like it doesn't belong to anyone
you
else.
you own this toy. You don't have to put it back in the box.
You have to get rid of it.
It's 24.95.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's
it's like
not bad.
it's like plus or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
Audible Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I
that's not
was
bad.
getting only one a month, and then I would save it for like a book that I really wanted, and then I would use the plus catalog to just like find books that I want, and I still do that,
Mhm.
but it's just like I'll go on TikTok and say, "Give me some popular books." I'll get them on Audible, and it's just fucking smut, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to that at 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to listen to.
That's more of a
And
ride
then he
home
took,
kind of thing.
and then he took his Buddha. Wait,
And
what was that thing from Cheech and Chong? It's like, take off your shirt. Now take off your bra. Now take off your shoes.
in the same vein as Sarah's comment, Kaylin was watching. I guess season two of The Pit came out on HBO. It's like a medical
Mhm.
drama, and apparently there's a episode in episode one. It's an HBO show. There's a guy with a priapism, and so she's like, it was like 9:30 in the morning, and there was just a penis on my screen.
Do I want to know what a priapism is? Is that like,
It's essentially just like it's the situation that if it's been 4 hours and nothing's changed, you should
oh,
see a doctor.
oh.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
start whacking it with a stick. Go away.
just the comment. I don't want to listen to this at 6 in the morning was funny to me.
Yeah, like I don't want to turn on my card and be like, and his dick was the size of my sword.
Like, oh
No,
my.
no, it's smut. It's his fling flang.
Yeah,
You gotta change those words.
yeah. How many synonyms can we have for penis?
My favorite is pork sword. In the same vein, for a lady, ham wallet. I
Oh
you
my
can't
god.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's something unfortunate that I feel like Book Talk has kind of transformed that landscape. Uh, It's always been present. It's just as a community that's found itself with Book Talk. And it's the same way. Like I feel like that's a pretty big element in a lot of the popular fantasy novels that have come out that women like. I think that Iron Flame or whatever book series. Have you guys heard
Mhm.
of that?
Yeah, I
Is
have.
it
I haven't
Colleen
read it.
Hoover? Because people hate Colleen Hoover.
No, it's not. It's not Colleen Hoover, but it's like a dragon rider kind of themed story, which is all well and good. But from my understanding, erotica also plays a large role in it. And I'm like, I just don't have an
Yeah.
interest in reading that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like romantasy smut.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, it is so smutty. It has to be read by two people.
someone needs to calm down. Just the
Yeah, a man and a woman.
there's an old meme that it's like a man writing a woman, and it's how the men don't know how to write women, and the meme is like a man will describe a woman walking like she breasted boobily down the stairs. Um,
googly.
I'm
but
sorry, that got me. I don't even have stairs.
I was
Oh
surprised you
gosh.
hadn't heard that one, Frankie.
No,
But
that was a brand new sentence for me. Sorry.
the
I need some
rebuttal to
German
that,
on that one.
the rebuttal sentence to that I've seen come up talking about the romantasy kind of angle is he vampired billionairely across the room. It's like, yeah.
Oh my god.
He boudin Cajunly across the boucherie.
uh,
God.
but I think with going off of Audible, I enjoy some listening to some stories more than I like reading them, and vice versa.
Mm.
But from my experience and from everything professors told me, listening to your story being read is one of the better ways to both catch awkward grammar, catch plot holes. Because you'll
Yeah.
find what
And
Frankie.
catch a case of the heebie-jeebies because there's nothing I hate more than
Yeah,
hearing
it's an unfortunate
my.
necessary step, but it is the worst one is reading your own work aloud.
Yeah.
I
But
I will heckle the shit out of my own stuff.
no, but that's the point, and because sometimes when you read it aloud, your brain automatically will sometimes skip past repeated phrases or will just jump through them because like, okay, I've read this
Yeah,
before.
because you know
But
what's
if you
coming.
exactly, but if you force yourself to read it aloud, you're like, shit, I've said this 5 times in the past
Mhm.
10 pages. Like, I need to take
Yeah,
this out.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
sometimes while I'm at work, when I'm like just really busy, but I'm like I have my story on my mind or I have something that I wrote that I really want to work on and develop, sometimes I'll this might be so nerdy.
Do it.
I'll get Microsoft or Google to like use their little robotic voice to read it to me while I'm working.
Yeah.
And then I'll catch things like, a misspelling or weird grammar or things like that that pull me out of my work. And then I'm like, well, now I gotta go fix that. Like, what the hell was that?
It's good because you're doing it passively too. Sometimes you catch it passively when you wouldn't, when you're just like focused so much on one aspect of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Another
very good tool.
yeah. Another good tool I found. This is the only AI I can get behind. It's been around since I was in high school. It's called Hemingway. And
Okay.
what you do is you put something that you've written into it. It looks at it and it'll tell you like, okay, this sentence is red because it's difficult to read. This sentence is blue because it uses this kind of language, passive language, that kind of thing. And it helps you improve and get you to
Hmm.
where you want to be.
Is that not like
Other than that, fuck
Grammarly?
AI. It is. It's the precursor to Grammarly, and it's free. You don't have
Okay.
to pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I usually show my kids
and it's
how to use it.
useful. That kind of stuff is usually useful because it tells you the why too. You know, when and I mean, you can use passive voice in your writing. You can end a sentence in a preposition, although I hate it personally. But you should know what it's called when you're doing it, so that if someone
Yeah.
says, I don't know if I like this, you can defend it appropriately, or you can say,
Yes.
maybe you're right. I mean, I think active voice is better 99% of the time, but there is room for stylistic choices that might not be normal. But you do need to know what they're called.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna break the rules, know what rules you're breaking.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
frustrating part is seeing the masters that they just make up their own grammatical structure. It's because they're smart enough to do that because they
Right.
know every other rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't break the rules if you don't know them. I mean, you can, but you can't do it well. And that's
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
whole point. That's the whole point of going to college is learning how to break the rules and doing
yeah,
it
Hmm.
well. Because if you just
Yeah.
break the rules, you don't know what you're doing. You're stupid.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, this comes from
Nope,
someone.
let it hang in there. They're stupid. They're stupid.
This comes from someone who very much in my entire life I'm stubborn and I like to do things my way. I have had to learn countless times that it's fine to do things your way, but it helps a whole hell of a lot to know the standard way first before you start to do your own little additions to it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're just trying to kind of figure it out blindly.
Yeah.
I uh
I
I
Go
I
ahead.
caught myself the other day while I was writing, and I was like, "Oh, I can't do that," because like Kathy Connor said this is wrong, or Nick Maneri said that's wrong, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got my MFA. Fuck those guys." And
You-
I wrote it,
I'm
and
right
for
up
the
there
first
with
time, I
Mary.
smiled while I was writing. First time in a very long time. Not that I didn't learn valuable things from
Hmm.
both Dr. Connor and Nick Maneri and even Milton Walsh from UNO. Like they all taught me, and Barbara Johnson, can't leave her out. But like they taught me valuable things. But it's so fun to just say, "Fuck you, rules! I gotta get this out of my head."
Yeah.
Yep. No, exactly.
Yeah.
But you put in the work to know how the rules work, so you're able to appropriately break them and break them
Right.
in a way that makes sense for your story. Because
Mhm.
just making grammatical mistakes for no other purpose besides you don't want to learn how to use it, that's not a good reason to do it, or at least no one's going to be engaged with your work.
No.
And I think even small, really basic rules for writing are very important even as you get into the higher levels. Something that I've noticed lately about journal articles and articles in newspapers is that people are paying less attention to pronoun usage only in the sense that like they don't make it clear who he is. That was a
Yeah.
rule that I feel like that was drilled into us when we were growing up and doing English is that every time you use he, she, whatever, you have to make sure the audience knows very clearly which he you're talking about.
Hmm.
That I feel like is something that's paid less attention to nowadays, and
Mhm.
while it's not a plot hole in itself, it does just create confusion for your reader. They don't know
Yeah.
who's being talked about in a scene. They might draw the wrong conclusions about a scene because they're not aware of where they are.
A
Yeah.
really good lesson for that, which it's called pronoun antecedent agreement.
Hmm.
A very good lesson for that is I call it the pronoun game, and it's from Romeo and Juliet when the nurse comes in after Tybalt's dead, and she's supposed to be bringing news of Romeo to Juliet, and the first thing out of her mouth is, "He is dead, mistress. He's dead. Who the fuck is he?" Like I call that the pronoun game mostly because of Cinema Sins, because
Yeah.
like a character will come in and say, "Oh, he's dead. Who? Who's dead? Why are we playing this?"
Hmm.
And usually it's network television and it cuts to a commercial, so you don't know who the fuck he is until you've seen bears wipe their ass, and and an old lady asked for Grey Poupon. Like there's
Yeah.
I hate the pronoun game. I really, really do.
it's
And
a
my
to
kids,
me it's a lazy tension building, in my
It
yeah,
opinion.
is.
yeah.
It is. I think my favorite rule to break is doing run on sentences where it
Yeah.
makes sense. Like when you're trying to like speed something up and you're just using a long ass run on sentence. I loved it in college. That was my jam. And I would have teachers that would be like, "You're using too many run on sentences." And I'm like, "Yeah, but like tension building. Come on. I'm putting short sentences in there to slow it down. Like, come on."
My
See,
favorite, my favorite is phrasing, like small phrases as complete
Uh-huh.
sentences, but they're not complete, especially
yeah,
Yeah.
in dialogue, because we don't say, and then he went to
Yes.
just like stow. Like that's,
yep. And
I love that.
that's something that it's very easy to lose track of, but especially if you're trying to write more realistic. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the way that people speak in movies and film, that's not how people talk. And
No.
you can't necessarily do a one for one because you don't want to put in all the ums and likes and but you should be aware that yeah, people talk in fragments. They
yeah.
don't always have very verbose conversations.
Yeah.
If I'm 6 beers in, there's no way in hell you're getting an academic essay out of me. There's no way. You
Right.
getting a mumble from the pillow. Whatever you say.
Yeah. One thing that I hate, I absolutely hate it, is whenever the narrator will say, like, he said, I don't know, "I was drunk last night, but I didn't really understand him." The fuck you mean? You just said what he said. Like, what do you
Mhm.
mean you didn't understand him?
So was that like what he really said, or
Right. Or, like, I don't know, "I got an A on my essay, but I wasn't paying attention to what he said, so I don't know what he said." Like, girl,
there, there was
just
an
don't put the
example?
fucking dialogue in there.
There's actually a good example of this from the Hunger Games books that I just came across the other day, where it's like it usually made sense in the context of the scene, but there was one scene where it's like Katniss is describing what's going on, and the end of the paragraph is something about PETA not even looking at her, but everyone's like, yeah, there was no reason for him. You weren't talking in the scene. Why would he be looking at you?
Right.
Like that's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's the I was drunk and I'm not listening thing. That's almost the equivalent of a character going, by the way, I'm an unreliable narrator right here, so take what I have to say with a grain of salt and a shot of penicillin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
there was one book that I read, um, ugh, I don't even remember. It was a book that I really enjoyed too, and then I would hear these little things and I'm like, "Stop." Like, you literally just said that you didn't hear him talk, but you're gonna give me a full thing of dialogue that you didn't hear?
It was muffled and indistinct, and now I'm going to
Like,
give you a perfect one to one. Like
Mary Pop, like, just
it's
don't put the freaking dialogue.
yeah. Thank
Maybe
God for every like YA protagonist that all the doors that they listen through are so shoddily constructed because at least they can actually hear. Like
Right.
they all just have really big cups with them, like everywhere they go.
uh,
I do enjoy though when characters are literally listening through doors and like the guy inside will say like, "We have to get on the boat." Like, what did he say? He's like, "We can't give up hope." Like, like
yeah.
to say the complete. I'm like, he wants to snort more dope. I don't know what's going on. Is he on drugs? What the fuck? Like, I love the misconceptions and the
Yeah.
misleadings and the
It's like we've got
deceptions.
about seven different options of what it could have been.
Yeah.
We'll plan accordingly.
Like, this is gonna be the weirdest fucking game of Guess Who you've ever played. Buckle up, motherfucker.
Well, Sarah, the what you're describing definitely gives me the vibes of, but I didn't mean it. Not really.
Oh god. I can't every time I see it, I'm like, AI, nope. I'm listening to a different book. I can't. It happens so often too. I don't know if it's just like that's a style that people started to imitate or if it's just all AI. I don't know, but it's not good. Like,
I've I've decided to stop giving zeros for AI. I'm gonna grade the AI. and may the odds be ever in their favor.
I mean, it's a losing battle. I mean, they've got to understand at a certain point that their education, they get one of these. I mean, and people might not think of writing as important in today's day and age, but it is for various reasons, and they're only hurting
Yeah,
themselves if they don't take it
yeah.
seriously.
And I got like
Hey, at
books
least
like
you get to
on
see
the
the AI
Bible.
improve.
Yeah, hopefully, because I can't trust it now. I know for a fact I wrote every single word of that story, and I put it in there and told me it was 48% or like 21% or something. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
but I like
there's always been issues with those checkers.
yeah. Even the freaking phrase that the word twiddling, it said that
Mhm.
was AI. I almost fist fought my laptop behind that fucking word. And it's like, oh, that's AI. one of my
Yeah.
one of my students had to go to the bathroom but didn't want to leave class because we were testing, and looked at me and said, "Miss Franks, if you hear a fart, that was AI." I was like, okay.
See, that's
I was
the kind of
like,
humor I can get behind.
yeah. I was like, please God be AI.
I guess my resolution has been just I'm going to read mostly books that are pre 2020, unless it's an author that I'm familiar with, and then and I have enough of those. Like I can definitely read enough that I know I won't come across it, but it's just sad that that's the kind of path you got to take.
Yeah. I have a so I was going to do the Bible in a year, and I still haven't started because everything at work is up in the air right now. I won't be able to start anything until February when all the crap at work is over. Um, so I'm gonna start that then. But I have like one of the things you do when you read the Bible is there's a coloring sheet that you print out, and as you read the different books, when you finish a book, you color it in. I took that thing, I put it in Canva, erased all the names of the books of the Bible, and put all the names of the books in my Audible. So that is my
All right,
that
visual
is
guide.
my yeah. So it's tacked up to my closet right now next to my calendar.
That's a good idea.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart idea.
So and like only two books on there aren't uh Audible books. One is the novel I'm working on, the other one's the Bible. Because I do plan on finishing it at some point. It
Yeah.
will
You
eventually
gonna
get
go
scratched
Old
off,
Testament?
but huh?
You gonna start with the Old Testament, or are you gonna do New Testament first?
There is a guy, can't remember his name, Father Mike.
Mhm.
And he's made a schedule that you read, you start in Genesis and then you read a psalm.
Okay.
And it does first reading, second reading, psalm or proverb. And like the first couple of weeks it's just one reading, and every once in a while you only have one reading, but you there are three things you have to read every day, and in 365 days if you follow that schedule you will have read the Bible.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So I want to print it out and like have it also taped up somewhere so I can cross off the days as I read them, because I have too much on my plate right now to get to start. I
Yeah.
wanted to start back in December, and then I got strep throat and almost died.
Yeah, that was a rough period for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was legit sitting on the sofa, and all of a sudden my lung just stopped working. Like I swear to God, and I couldn't breathe, and I started panicking, and I was like slapping the table next to me, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh!" She's like, "Oh God!" So like it was legit scary as hell, and like I was a smoker before, but now I'm scared to even light a cigar. You don't even inhale a cigar. I don't want to
Yes,
do that
that one
again.
you could probably do.
Yeah. Mama was like, okay, that was scary, right? Now imagine doing that all the time. That's what COPD and cancer is like. I'm like, okay, you talked me out of it. No, no more cigarillos for me. Frankie is cigarette free.
Hell yeah! I mean, hey, sometimes it does require getting scared a little bit. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was petrifying. I wasn't that scared when I got in a car wreck, and I
Yeah.
saw that shit in my sleep for a month after.
All right. Well, what
Well,
do we want?
guys, Huh?
What are we gonna do? Did you guys have a prompt last week that we're gonna roll over to next week?
It was a New Year's resolution one, but we kind of talked about our New Year's resolution. But if you guys want to let it stand,
I
I'm
mean,
down the clown.
Well, what would have been this week's?
yeah. Let's see what the other one is.
This week's, let's see, January 20th. Name your biggest pet peeve.
Yes.
Do you bring it to a person's attention when they annoy you with it?
Yeah, let's do that one.
That one sounds interesting.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So our prompt for this week is name your biggest pet peeve. Do you bring it to a person's attention when they annoy you with it?
All right.
My pet peeve is genocide, so this is going to be.
Just God, just such a little thing.
Damn it, Hitler! Again!
It's gonna be a report on Hitler or Stalin.
I can't bring it into his attention. But no one.
It's going to be a scene in the Hitler's household. Eva Braun is like, "Yo, late again, Hitler! I made sauerkraut and Bugelsnuff for dinner, and it's cold now." He's like, "I have to kill the Jews! I'm sorry!"
We technically are at a point where we're far enough removed from the Holocaust where people are making sitcoms involving Hitler, because there is a German show called Guess Who's Back, and it's quite literally it's Hitler waking up in it's a comedy, and it's Hitler waking up in modern day Berlin.
What is this on?
I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix.
Oh my god!
That is the perfect brain rot show for me to watch at work.
Yes.
The only reason,
Oh
the
my
only reason that I know about it is because years and years ago, it was on I was working for someone on the side, and it was on his bookshelf, and I remember seeing the title, and then the show came out, and I was like, no way! All right,
I have to watch it. I'll
There
report back
was a
next
skit.
week.
There was a skit on Whose Lines It Anyway, and I don't know if this was in the actual episode, if it was just like a behind the scenes blooper thing, but it was like give me two unlikely roommates, and someone yelled out Hitler and the Jew. So they were gonna do Hitler and the Jew, and the guy stops and was like, "No, we can't do that one. It's a touchy subject." And Ryan Stiles like, "Who are we gonna piss off? The Nazis? We can't upset the Nazis." And then they did another one, and it was like something that was actually relevant to the time, and it was like, "Oh, but we can piss them off then, right?"
Maybe 20 years ago, they'd be able to do that. No problem.
Yeah.
Was it a recent Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh no, it was Drew
really?
Carey. Yeah, it was the Drew Carey era. The recent Who lines are fucking hilarious too. I miss Drew Carey. But Aisha's good. That's her name, right? Aisha?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I don't know why. Sometimes I just assign names to people. I'm like, that's your name now.
I get it.
I understand, Hitler and the Holocaust and stuff. That is a touchy subject. I get it. But I feel like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, people could get away with doing shit like that.
Right.
On, cable TV.
It's never the Jewish people though who should be the butt of the joke. The butt of the joke should always be the goose stepping, stupid fucking mustache having, knobbly knee out motherfucker. That's who needs to be made fun of.
And especially so. This is rich from someone that didn't have anything personally suffered during it, but I mean, there's also something to be said about how long ago it was. Yes, there is some humor to be found around the situation. That is not to say it was funny, and there is a big distinction.
Not even slightest.
And that's what a good comedian is able to do. They're able to make the distinction, and some audiences don't get it, and that's fine. But I think that a good comedian is able to distinguish. This itself isn't funny, but I can find and extract the humor out of a fucked up situation.
Right.
Well, they're gonna have to get used to it with ice running around here, just
seriously.
Not funny. I work in immigration. Not funny.
But sometimes you find the humor.
Wait. Do you think if you played Ice Ice Baby in a grocery store, people would like scatter like roaches? Or
my
In
favorite
Minnesota, probably.
my favorite my favorite meme has been the ice versus ice, like of ice agents just slipping on ice in Minnesota because it's everywhere.
There was an ICE agent in the elevator with me the other day, and I am a white woman for all of our listeners. Very
Yeah.
white woman. I'm
This whole
standing in the
podcast is
elevator, like,
really Caucasian.
but I'm standing in the elevator, like, don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
Don't breathe.
Hey, the lady in her car, that was a white lady.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So
Well, all
you
right.
have the right to be frightened. Anything you say can and will be your last words.
True.
Yeah, well, on that note, maybe we should
We should end it now. Let's get a little touchy here.
just cut out the last 10 minutes.
That's fine. So our weekly prompt. We're going back to the prompt. No, I'm gonna leave it all in. You know I don't delete shit.
That's too much.
Yeah. If I took out everything that was offensive, our whole podcast would be 1 minute and 30 seconds. It would be the high, it would be the bye.
I was recently thinking about the fact that James Patterson never got back to me after my threat to him, but
Oh, I can send him the episode.
it was literally that was one of my thoughts while I was doing all the paperwork on Tuesday night, and you guys were doing that podcast. I thought, I wonder what Arthur they're threatening tonight.
Russell Brand. It was Russell Brand.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Russell Brand.
And his garbage bag titted girlfriends. Apparently, if memory serves me, there were 2 of them. He was having a 3-way with 2 very large women.
Okay.
And they both had
There were
big
That's
bags.
what justified
Big bag
the
titties.
garbage bag synonym.
Yeah. Like, I like your tits. Are they hefty?
They were very boobily walking around.
You vampire
It's
billionaire Lee.
Oh.
All
He
right.
peeking Tom creepily across the floor. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of us for tonight. I have been Frankie Valentine.
I've been Patrick Caleri.
I have been Sarah Billiot.
And please don't sue us. This has been the workshop.
See, that's our real
All voices are welcome.
Yeah. Oh, voices welcome.
All
Send
voices
it.
are welcome, so long as they don't sue.
Yeah. Or are a Nazi. Fuck a Nazi. All right. Y'all have a good night. Or morning.
Bye.
Release at 6 a.m. Bye.